Hey, welcome to Prepare to Unfriend. I'm Dave.
I'm Apple.
We're your hosts. Like we talked about in our trailer, which I hope you saw, we're going to talk about
Issues that a lot of people don't like to say out loud, asking hard questions that people are desperately seeking answers for.
But today we're going to talk about, of course, being unfriended because of
your
opinions, beliefs, things like that. But to kick us off first, we want to talk a little bit about ourselves and why we're going to do a show like this.
Our little family. So we are older Gen X people. We have an 8-year-old daughter, an 11-year-old son. We would very much like to leave a great world for them after we depart. I like to think of it as Gen X parents raising the next Gen X generations. They ride their bikes without helmets. They play in the street.
Until the streetlights come on.
Yeah. They definitely drink out of the garden hose. We have taught them all the fun stuff that we used to do.
Exactly. And one of the things that we see going on lately and over the last few years is if you don't agree with a certain group, or maybe you have a differing opinion or you have a different belief, you're attacked, you're threatened,
you're shunned,
and you're unfriended.
And
I don't care if I'm unfriended. I think it's hilarious that somebody has the mentality of a 3-year-old that they would unfriend you. I find it funny, but it's disturbing that we have grown adults acting that way.
Yeah.
And it really is disturbing.
Honestly, I see it as a form of division.
It is.
When you take two people, because if you think about it, opinions are not fact, but it's a fact that we all have opinions. And for folks to not like others, it doesn't make sense to me. We are all very different. We all walk very different paths in our lives. And when it comes to especially the politics in this world right now, I had a few folks take me off of their Facebook just because of the fact that I am mostly Republican. I am an independent. I see views on both sides, but for this election, I was definitely on the red side, and I lost a few friends because of it.
Well, and I guess, Apple, that and that's one of the things that bothers me, because you and I don't do that.
Mm-mm.
I mean, we might behind the scenes laugh at somebody because they're have some psychotic belief or what we believe is psychotic, but I'm not gonna laugh in their face.
No,
I'm not gonna become violent
mm-hmm.
and attack them or block them from doing their daily duties, and I'm not gonna unfriend them.
No,
and and I love that. I love watching the psychobabble stuff, especially online, because it's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
that some of these things, that some of these odd things that people believe, and then they try to press them on you.
Yeah.
And if you say no, I don't, that's not what I believe. I believe in.
And I think that's the other side of the whole opinions. Have you been unfriended? There's a lot of folks that in society that believe these, I hate to say it, these circus, just psychobabble nonsense. And I don't shun you for your beliefs. If that's what you believe, hey, go for it. But don't shove it down my throat. Don't wave it in my face. Don't try and make me believe the same things that you believe, because that's not how we were made.
Well, and that's not what society is supposed to be. I mean, we're supposed to be able to have debates and conversations.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And there are things that you and I differ on.
Yeah.
and we can sit down and talk about it. I mean, there's a good chance that I will unfriend you at
I
some point.
think it's happened actually.
I think maybe it has. But and you can have healthy discussions, and that's what people should be having. And it seems like now we don't have healthy discussions. We have
Arguments.
arguments, hate groups,
Yep.
violent groups that come from the hate groups, all because maybe you don't agree with uh, somebody dressing a man dressing like a girl or a girl dressing like a man or whatever. And instead of saying, look, I'm not into that, I don't agree with that, instead of saying, hey, you know what, you can believe whatever you want, man, they attack.
Yeah.
They attack, become violent, and go into a rage
hmm
because you don't
And
believe in that.
don't get us wrong. We are not defending one side or the other because hate comes from both sides. So, sorry, we have dogs in the background. We have children in the
Yeah.
background. So if you
Yeah.
see the
Real life, no studio.
yes, we
Yeah,
are
just in the house.
just in the house, very unscripted, just
Yeah.
having a conversation.
And I like that. Completely unscripted. We're doing this live. It's going to be uploaded later, but
Yeah.
it is live.
It will not be
edits.
edited. It's just us sitting on the
Yeah.
couch having a conversation, trying to tame the dogs.
Yeah, the dogs are trying to fight. They get upset. But
So, but anyways, back to what I was saying. We are not defending one person against another. We, because we understand that there's hate groups on both sides.
Mhm.
I mean, you could be a Trump supporter, you can be a Biden supporter, you can be for abortion, you
Harris.
can be against abortion. I mean, there's so many different things, and it's really hard to have a conversation
It is.
sometimes because a
Well,
lot of people hate to say it, get butthurt
they get butthurt, and then
because you don't believe what they believe.
well, and then you have these people that twist it.
Oh yeah.
They're twisting things, and they're twisting what something is to try and make it sound horrible.
hmm
And I'm just going to touch on it really quick, and then I'll move on. But like the whole like abortion, and instead of saying abortion, they say you're taking away my reproductive rights.
I know.
Now, come on, nobody has said, Sarah, you can't reproduce today. There's no executive order that says
I'm
that.
48. I don't want to anymore.
Well, good point. But things get twisted, and it's twisted by the media. It's twisted by people,
Mhm.
and I believe they're doing it to try and get a rise out of you.
Yeah.
And to try and get their way by hiding the truth.
Yeah. Well, and I think a lot of people get upset because when they're trying to make their point and you don't see it their way. I think you put it perfectly earlier when we were talking. They're just gonna they're like children. They're just gonna take their ball and go somewhere else and play and not let you play with them anymore.
Yeah.
But
and I guess the thing, and I with this show, I've said that we want to ask questions, and that I guess that would be my question is, why is that happening? Why are things being twisted? Especially in the media and by other people, things are twisted to make it sound like it's something that should mean something when really it's
again, opinions are not facts, but it's a fact that everybody has an opinion.
It does, and opinions are good. It is good to have an opinion.
I would really like to know what goes on in someone's head, when they're trying to make their point, and when you don't agree, or if you just don't see where they're coming from, they get really upset because I'm not conforming to what they're thinking.
What they believe, and I've had issues with that, with the whole Israeli Gaza thing,
Yeah.
and the what is that, Palestinians and stuff, and I um I won't put my thoughts out here. I don't, I mean, I could, but
That's not what this page is for.
you might unfriend me because of that. But I mean, I have had people like just full on hate, rage, threaten, just because you have a different belief, or you believe that one group of people shouldn't be violently attacking another group of people on October 7th for no reason. And I don't get it. I
Yeah.
just don't get it. And I would, and we've set up an email,
Mhm.
prepare to unfriend at outlook.com.
All one word.
All one word. Yeah. Prepare to unfriend. One
We
big word.
encourage everybody. We don't care who you are, man, woman, religious, non-religious, gay, straight, it don't matter, Republican, Democrat, we don't care who you are. We want to hear from you. We want to hear and I think we had talked about this actually. Our next episode is going to be from the emails that we receive in the next week. So we will be recording um every issue once a week. It will be posted every Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. And through the week, we really want to hear your voice. We want to hear what you think. We want to know what you want to hear us talk about and babble about.
I want to know. I want to hear why you're unfriending people. If you're one of those people that says, "Oh, they don't believe that in cottage cheese," I'm unfriending them. Why? Why are you?
Oh, we
doing
especially want to hear from you guys.
Yeah, I do. I want to hear from you, and I want to hear from these hate ragers. If you're one of those people that thinks I should be bashed over my head because I didn't, or because I supported drilling for oil in the Gulf of Mexico,
No,
I want to
it's
hear
not the
about
Gulf
it.
of Mexico anymore.
Oh, the Gulf of America.
Yes.
Yeah. But I want to hear about it. What gives you that right? What gives you that right to attack me and hate me? Where does that come from? Because I sure as hell didn't attack and hate you. I just said, hey, I support drilling for oil in the Gulf of America.
Mm-hmm.
And then you raged and attacked. Where does that come from? How do you even get to be like that?
So honestly, I don't think we're going to be able to fully understand it. It would be like trying to understand um serial killers. Why do they do it? Rapists. Why do they do it? We will never fully understand why people do the things they do.
True. No, but maybe somebody can explain a little bit. I mean, there could be, maybe they have an opinion, or they have a reasoning behind it that you and I might go, oh, that maybe that does make sense. Maybe they do have a reason.
Yeah.
And maybe it is legitimate. And they're not throwing a tantrum like a 2-year-old.
Yeah.
Or screaming at a school board meeting, or things like that. But so we have prepare to unfriend at outlook.com, and we hope that you do email us. And we really want to get into some deep discussions. And there's a lot of things that at least myself, I have questions about. I have questions about abortion. I have questions about guns. I have questions about politics. I have questions about finances. I have questions about billionaires, the auto industry, other countries.
I would like to get into education and early childhood development and where it's going, where it used to be, where it's now. What can we do to make it better? So,
yeah,
we have a lot of things to talk about, you know?
Yeah.
And again, Gen X parents, 48, 52, we have an 8-year-old and 11-year-old. So we are definitely maneuvering through an unfriendly world, trying to instill a really good upbringing with our children.
Yeah. And if you contact us and you're one of these people that has, that's just a hate monster, put in there how we're supposed to explain that to our kids. How do you educate children on, hey, these people can do whatever they want to do. If they want to hate and attack and do things, they can do that. How do I explain that? How do I explain it and make it okay?
Yeah.
So.
All right.
Wait, I want to do this. I had to hit the cheer button. We do have sound effects. We have some sound effects.
We have no idea how they work yet.
Yeah.
We don't know what to do with them.
Yeah, so we're not gonna.
All right, guys.
We won't subject you to that.
So today. I think we're gonna sign off. Again, prepare to unfriend at outlook.com. New episode every Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern time, right here on YouTube.
Prepare to unfriend.
Abby, what do you got for us?
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
That's right. Thanks, guys.